So historically, hammocks were used as beds to keep people off the ground and safe from fatal creatures of the night. Not so much anymore. Now hammocks are the ultimate chill-out spot. So Shai, how do you know which type to choose?
So yeah, here's the thing. Hammocks, you think about a hammock and you think, well, it's pretty utilitarian. There's not much to think about, but there's a lot of thought that goes into choosing the perfect hammock. So let's start off, of course, with rope hammocks. Now, this one behind me is from our friends at Canadian Tire, and rope hammocks are kind of the traditional, this is what most people know. I mean, when I look at this hammock, Trace, and I know you agree with me, you look at this and you're thinking, I am laying on a beach somewhere in the Caribbean with my, my tire, my frozen whatever it is in hand. This really speaks to that. So let's look at the different types of rope hammocks out there. The first one is going to be the Mayan hammock. So the Mayan hammock is the most well-known, the most traditional hammock that people know. The difference of a Mayan hammock and the one that we see behind me, Trace, is if you look on the one behind me, there's this bar here, which is called a spreader bar. Now, this is going to keep the hammock wide and, kind of make it easier for two people to lay on it. I, however, when I lay on these, tend to flip over. So spreader bars might not be the best thing for me. Might not be the best thing for me. But this is really great. It's warm. It's inviting. Rope hammocks, because the weave of the rope is really loose, they're great for warm climates. They're great for, really hot weather. The next one to think about would be a Nicaraguan hammock. So similar to the Mayan hammock, but the weave is tighter and it's a little bit softer and it's a double ply. So we see this one only has one layer of the rope. A Nicaraguan would have actually two layers, so it's going to be a little bit more sturdy. Now, what is the difference between having a spreader bar on a hammock and not having the spreader bar? When you think about it, if you think about it traditionally, carrying these to be able to sleep wherever you're going to sleep in the jungle, or if you're kind of out camping, whatever it is, it's a lot easier, obviously, to carry something without the spreader bar than with the spreader bar. And what's nice about not having the spreader bar, I don't know if you've ever laid in one, it's really enveloping and nice. It feels really warm and cozy. Am I right?
You are absolutely right. But the thing is, I find the ones without the bar, they flip easier as well. So easier to carry and easier to flip.
Listen, it's like a swing, right? It's a game. It's fun. It's a little bit of fun with it. Now, and let's look at it with the pros and the cons, right? Because when we're looking to buy it and we're out buying, what are the pros of a rope hammock? So they're comfortable, they're breathable, they're easy to care for. Some of the cons of a rope hammock are when they rain, they get very wet and they take a lot longer to dry. Another thing is, of course, because the weave is wider, they aren't as warm. So in Canada, we love our summers, but as the temperatures get cooler in the fall or in the spring, a fabric hammock might be the better way to go.
Okay, next up you have fabric hammocks. So why don't we get into what those are all about?
Exactly. So fabric hammocks. So we see this great fabric hammock that we have behind me from our friends at Inside and Out. And I absolutely love these because, first of all, you can have a lot of fun with them. Unlike a rope hammock, which is the weave and the traditional beauty, these you can choose any fabric. You can have, you put your own mark on it. I've seen hammocks like this done custom where people print, their family insignia on it, or maybe there's something really cool about, outdoors that you like to kind of remember. This is a great opportunity to do it. When it comes to the different types of fabric hammers, we have Colombian, Brazilian, and then quilted. And again, the difference between them is the weave or the way in which they're made. So the Colombian is going to be a little bit more of a relaxed feel. A lot of people recognize the Colombian because it looks like a very traditional Colombian fabric, very colorful, very rich, very beautiful. The Brazilian is also a nice one, not to be confused with other things that are the Brazilian. So the Brazilian hammock, is a little bit lighter. It's a little bit easier to carry. The fabric is lighter, so it's not as heavy or as condensed as the Colombian. And then, of course, we have the quilted hammock. So the quilted hammock, these are perfect for campers, especially here in Canada, where, the weather might get a little bit cool in the evening. So the weave is tight, it's nice and warm, it has that quilted feel, so it's filled with something fantastic.
Thank you, Shai.